Luna is my little helper. So that means 2 down, 2 to go. Centered all around Polarthon. She's almost the bionic woman at this point. Hello lovely bookworms and welcome to a new weekly reading vlog, and this one is going to be centered all around Polarthon. I'm going to be participating, and I'm also going to be trying to put the books that I already have on my TBR on this list. So I think if my TBR is already up, I will link that somewhere above. And without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to move back a tiny little bit, so hopefully I can put the map here with all of the prompts. I for one have my iPad here so that I can quickly check on which prompt I am. I am going to be doubling up one book, and that is the final book, so I'll get to that in due course. So the first one is a book that says a 1-day read. And for that, I'm going to be picking The Triumphant by Leslie Livingston. This is the first book that I'm going to be starting with. I think that I can get this finished in one day because if I remember correctly, The Valiant was a very easy book to read and I finished that in one sitting. And I think I also finished The Defiant in one sitting when I did a 24-hour readathon. So I think it should be possible to finish this one in a day. So that's why I chose The Triumphant. Also, if I remember correctly, this is on my TBR. It is on my TBR anyway, but I'm not sure if it's on my TBR of the month. Then I'm going to continue up on the map and I'm going to go to Intimidating Read. This is not necessarily a big book because I didn't want to put big books on here, but for me it is a very challenging and intimidating book because it's been on my TBR for so long. I've started it multiple times and then put it back down again. And that is Empress of All Seasons by Emiko Jean. This one is also not too big. I wanted to leave most of the books that I have for this pretty small because if you know, my mom is getting knee surgery on the 5th of February, so that day is going to be mostly completely off with books, so I want to get, you know, some time in before I go into all the bigger books that I also want to read this month. But yeah, I wanted to keep it small, so that is why I chose this one, and also because I still find it a little bit intimidating. Okay, then I'm going to move to the left. No, to the right. I'm going to go for a journey, and for this one I'm going to be reading, or rereading rather, my book of the month, and that is Caraval. This is my book of the month for my book club, for my whimsical book club that I'm hosting with a couple of my Bookstagram friends. Once again, link is down below if you want to still join. You can read Caraval this month. That is book number 3. Okay, so those are the 3 physical books that I have, and then the last one that I'm gonna pick and gonna read is the double up. So I'm gonna go up, up, and away, kind of. I'm gonna go for Snowy Setting and Polar Fantasy, and for that one I'm gonna pick Ember and the Ice Dragons. This has been on my TBR ever since I realized it was a thing. I think it is perfect for this readathon, and I'm very excited to be reading it. It is by Heather Fawcett, who also wrote Even the Darkest Stars duology, which, if you know, I absolutely love. So I thought I would slot that in there, and that's going to be the 4th and final book. So I'm going to be attempting to read all 4 of these books next week. I didn't want to pick huge books, so I chose these ones, which I think are either easily done or not that big. So I hope that I can read them. That does contain one of the rereads, but that is something I also had to read this month, so I slotted in quite a few of my TBR books, and then I have 3 more weeks for the remainder of the book, so I think that should be fine. That said, I will probably get back to you guys on Monday once the readathon truly starts and I start reading. So I just wanted to do this intro quickly, and after the week is done, I think I'm also going to do this style and then basically talk about what I thought of it, how the reading went, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see you guys on Monday once the readathon starts. Hey guys, Esmay here. It is nearly Monday, so it's nearly time to start Polarthon. I have my first read here, which is The Triumphant by Leslie Livingston. Haven't started yet, and that's what we're gonna do. So let's get reading.
Lived too much just to walk the road that I walk upon. Found faith in the thought of you. Please don't let it pull me down. sail away to an old place where people die but try. You're fading in, but I fade away. Can you see me through the water? Or would you cry if I don't make it? Turn the page and just fake it. Does it change when we have the talk? What do you want from me?
Hey guys, today it is Monday the 3rd, like it was when I started filming last night, but now it's during the day, the sun is out, or well, sort of. Anyway, I wanted to give you a quick reading update. As you can see, I'm reading The Triumphant, and I'm about halfway done. So I made a lot of progress already. I'm on page 184, and this one has around 380-ish pages, so I can get this finished quickly. So quick reading update. For now, I have a couple of things to do. My mum is going to do my nails, so the next time you're going to see me, there will be a different color. And yeah, so I'll see you later once I start reading more, when I read more, or whatever.
Should I laugh at what I don't know? Turn the tables, tell me what's wrong. First you stay, but then you go. What do you want from me?
Hey guys, it is now 12, or at least it's past 12, and I wanted to give you guys a reading update. So I actually finished The Triumphant. I finished it before 12, so this is my one-day read. So we're gonna move up to the next prompt, which is Intimidating Read, which for me is Empress of All Seasons. I've had this for a long time, started it multiple times, and have failed to finish it. So I'm gonna start it again, and hopefully this time I can finish it. It's also not that big, and maybe I can finish this tomorrow. Who knows? That said, my nails are also done. They're 3 colors now. I really like them. They match my book now. So I'm gonna take off the dust jacket and read a little bit before I go to sleep. I'm here with another reading update. It is actually Tuesday today, and it's already quite late in the day because it's dark out. As I said, I started Empress, and I'm on chapter 2. No, 3. I was actually really tired yesterday, so I didn't read that much, and then today was filled with a ton of stuff that I had to do. So I will be continuing this later tonight. Tomorrow my mum is getting her new knee replacement, so I'm not sure how much I will read then. I do know that we'll have a couple of hours in between to wait, and I think I'm just gonna immerse myself in a book then. But we'll see how that goes. I don't think I'm gonna update you guys today. I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow. Today it's Wednesday, and we, a little while ago, went with my mom to the hospital. Now we have to wait until we get a call to see how she's doing, so we're doing the waiting game as we speak. Also, speaking of Empress of All Seasons, I only have the dust jacket here, but this is the book I'm reading. I'm about 100 pages in now, so that is going really well. Okay, so I'm wondering when the last time was that I spoke to you guys, but I believe that it was just after we came back from the hospital, after sort of, like before my mom had the surgery. Everything went okay. We already went to her twice. It is now about 8 p.m, so it's a lot of hours later. I haven't read anything in between. I basically just been doing all kinds of different stuff. I think I'm gonna read a little bit now, though, get a little bit more reading in. I'm only on book 2 on day 3, so that's a bit sad, but, you know, there was a lot going on. That said, everything with my mom is good, as I just mentioned, and we're very relieved. That also means that we now have, like, 4 new things, 2 new hips and 2 new knees, so she's almost a bionic woman at this point. So yeah, we're hoping that it will start to get better soon. So yeah, my dad and I are just gonna probably watch TV and I'll read a little bit. Anyway, I'll just update you guys tomorrow on how far I'm in Empress, unless I finish it, but that is highly unlikely. At least I think, because I'm about 100-ish pages in. Good Well, it's not morning anymore, but happy Thursday. We are on our way to the hospital because we can already pick up my mom. Right, Dad?
Yeah!
Yay! So we're gonna do that right now. So we're on our way to pick up Mummy Dearest. And yeah, she can go home. Everything went really well. I mean, otherwise she wouldn't be able to go home. Obviously. So I'll check back in with you guys once we have grabbed the important parcel. AKA my mum. So I'm here with a reading update. It's actually really late. I think it's around 1:30 a.m. So technically speaking it's Friday, not Thursday. But I finished Empress of All Seasons and wanted to quickly talk about it, what I thought about it, that kind of thing. You basically have three main characters, Mari, Taro, and Akira. Starting off, I'd like to say that I thought this one would be like Arabian desert inspired. It's not. It's very much like Japanese-ish. It has a lot of like Japanese inspired things such as like kimonos and stuff like that. That's entirely my fault. That said, I do think that the beginning was really good, but then when it started picking up, it fell flat for me. I wish there was a lot more to sort of put into this story. It felt really rushed. I didn't like the love triangle. I didn't like the ending. And it was just a disappointing read for me. That said, the second book is finished, so we're going to be continuing on to book 3. So that means 2 down, 2 to go. Then the next book we're going to read is For the Prompt, A Journey. This is a reread for me. And the reason I'm reading this is because it is my monthly whimsical book club book, and that is Caravel. So I think I'm going to continue that right now. I'm not that tired, so I kind of want to make headway in this and see how far we can get before sleep takes me. So I'll probably be back later today, technically speaking, to give you a reading update for this one and see if we can start the final book somewhere soon. Good morning, you guys. Today it is Friday, and I wanted to give you a reading update on Caravel. I'm holding it upside down. Oops. I'm about 100-ish pages in, 109. So in a little bit I'm going to continue reading that, and hopefully we can start the 4th book today.
By the creek just down the hill, your treasures all alive. Just with you I'd want the thrill of sweet red cherry wine.
Good morning, everyone. Today it is Saturday, yeah, and I have another reading update. I finished my reread for Caravel, really enjoyed it just like I did the first time, and then I finished this one yesterday, and then I also started my final book for the Polarthon, and that is Ember and the Ice Dragons. I am now about 100 pages in. I'm on chapter 6 out of, I think, 24 or something. Yeah, 24. Chapter 6. Really, really like the Heathers, by the way. They're really, really cute. And yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I think I can finish that today. So that means that the wrap-up is also gonna come quickly. As you might be able to see, I have a box in front of me. I'm gonna quickly cover up the address. I ordered a couple of books, and I thought it would be fun to unbox this with you guys. This is always so satisfying. Alright. You can already see the first one. I'm opening it up the wrong way. First one is Blood Air. Can't pronounce her name, so I'm not gonna do that. Luna, really?
Luna is helping.
Luna is my little helper. Hello. Luna. So the first one is Blood Air by, I'm gonna try and pronounce this, Amelia Wen Zhao. I've been very excited about this book. This was actually postponed at some point, I believe, but it is here, so I'm very, very excited. And then the second book is one that I did already read. That's The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black.
Nice.
It's so pretty. So 2 new books. There is one more coming, but that one is not going to be here until the 18th or like 21st February, so you'll see that in due course. These are still birthday presents. I got a gift card, so I picked out a couple of books. And this here is what happens whenever we order something. The boxes go to this one. Today it is Sunday, and that means it is also the final day of Polarthon, and I want to give you guys a quick recap of everything that I read, what I thought about it, and in general how everything went. Hey guys, just quickly wanted to let you guys know that there's not going to be a weekly vlog next week, but that one is going to be replaced by a regular video. So let's now continue on with the wrap up for Polarthon. Okay, so let's start with the first book that I finished, and that is The Triumphant by Leslie Livingston. This was my one-day read, and I have to say I did enjoy it, but I felt like The Valiant and The Defiant were a lot better. So let's put it here so that you can actually see the cover. I was right in the assumption that I could finish this in a day. I do have to say that I cut it really close. I think it was 11:30 by the time I finished it, so it was a little bit of a hurry in the end, but that's okay. I still read everything to the full extent, and I did still enjoy it. I think I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, or 3, either or. And then the second one was an intimidating read, and for that one I read Empress of All Seasons. I've had this thing for a long time and hadn't finished it up till now. I started it multiple times then put it back down. I had no idea why. I do have to say that I was very wrong in my assumption of this book, because I thought it would be like desert Arabian inspired. It is not. It is way more Japanese inspired with like kimonos and stuff like that. But that's completely my fault. I did still enjoy it, but I have to say that I'm disappointed in this one. The first like half of the book was really good and something I really enjoyed, but then I felt like it went downhill from there. I didn't like the ending. One of the main characters was not for me. I didn't like him from the beginning up until the end. And I think I gave this one 2.5 out of 5 stars eventually. So I did still enjoy it, but it is definitely gonna make my disappointing stack of books, if you know what I mean. Then the third book, and also the semi-to-last book, was a book that basically was a journey, and that for me was a reread for Caravel. I went through this book really quickly. I think I read it in a day, and this thing always amazes me. I really like how magical it is, and I loved rereading it. I don't really have a lot of extra thoughts on this from the first time I read it, so if you want to read my reviews on any of these books, I will link them down below. And yeah, I really enjoyed reading Caravel again, and now I'm tempted to go on to Legendary. Then the final book that I read for the Polarthon was Ember and the Ice Dragons. I will put a something cover somewhere here, so you can see which one it was. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. Gave this one 5 out of 5 stars, and definitely the most surprising out of all of them. I had thought that I would enjoy it, but I had never thought in my wildest dreams that it would be as good as it was. I do have to say that I rated this on a scale from middle grade, not like comparing it to Stranger Dreamer, because obviously it's not a very dense book due to the fact that it's made for children. But that said, it was such an interesting story. I loved how original it was. I love the characters. I love the journey itself. It was just amazing. It was also very fast-paced, for me at least. I finished most of it last night, and then the other half, or the other 100-ish pages, I already read the day before. And I absolutely loved it. It was amazing, and if I can recommend any of the books from this list, it's definitely this one. This one was, by the way, for the 2 final prompts for this. I think it was a snowy setting, also the last one, which is polar fantasy, and it's definitely a polar fantasy. I loved it, and yeah, I do wish that there would be a second book. I actually asked the author on Twitter, and she mentioned that for now it is a standalone. I hope that there's going to be more in this world, because I'd love to know more, but in general it was really great. I also think that it was a very good reading week for me. I mean, I finished 4 books, and in general I just really enjoyed doing this. I enjoyed going along with all of the reading sprints. I'm also surprised myself that I managed to read 4 books in a week, especially this week since my mom has a new knee. Little update on that, it's going fine, so that's really great. It's just, I'm very surprised at how much I read, which I'm happy with, and I hope I can keep it up. That said, I am going to end the vlog here because I think there's more than enough footage. I think it's very long as it is. That said, it's the first real, like, true reading vlog, so I hope you're proud of me. I am a little bit. And thank you guys so much for watching. What did you read this week? Please let me know. Subscribe to our channel and press the little bell icon so you get post notifications every single time that we post. And I will see you guys the next time. Bye!